Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. It's another rant about Leeds United. It's probably less so of a rant, but you'll kind of gauge what I mean when we get to it. It's a bit of a divided opinion subject, which is basically, are we happy with Heckingbottom? Basically this guy right here. So, basically, I just want to start off by saying thank you very much for the first one that I did, the one about Thomas Christiansen leaving the club. Had a little bit of diversity in terms of the opinions and what have you. I just want to highlight one point that Clive, I think it's Clive T, had a bit of a discussion with him. It was quite fun, I'll be honest with you. I did make a bit of a howler in terms of, I said that Christian lost 8 in a row. It was 1 win in 8. I completely forgot about the Bristol City game. When I was looking through, I didn't even spot it either. I'm looking through on my phone on Sky Sports, like something on there to see what his results were. And I completely missed the Bristol City one when I was double checking, and as a result, written the wrong thing down. So for that, I apologise. But it was the first time I'd done one of these, so I'd written it all down beforehand. Probably a little bit rushed, maybe, but it went down quite well on the whole. Had quite a lot of views, which I'm very pleased for. So thank you very much again for that. And this one obviously is about Heckingbottom, and it's obviously going to be my opinion, of course, and I want to know your thoughts as well, because obviously it's been a bit turbulent as the recent week or so, or a couple of weeks rather, if you think of like the bad results and whatever. A couple of things, obviously, like Red Rosani said he was going to sack him after the Newport game where we got beaten in the FA Cup, and it happened to be another 5 weeks after that. Was it a mistake to trust Daughter in that? Because obviously we could have got someone in earlier, which then we could get their transfers in rather than just like what happens. Or is it a case of Orton just does all the transfers anyway? So that'd be an interesting, probably a different sort of situation to discuss. But otherwise, and I've got my notes again, there's not as many, it shouldn't go on as long as last time, which I know it went on quite a while. I just want to say, I'm going to lay it out with some pros and cons for Heckingbottom. I'll start off with the cons, right? First of all, it's his record prior to joining. 1 win in 16. It spoke for itself, really. And I'm surprised that we did go in for him. I'll be honest with you, I was surprised. It was a case of, well, Christian's not doing much worse than that, really, on the whole scheme of things. What are we going in for him for? And then you start to think, well, there must be a reason for it. Why would you... You know, one of the other things, the second point, is that we paid 500 grand for him because we paid like a release clause for him. And you look into it a little bit and you kind of understand it, because the third point is that he lost Bree, Winnell and Hurrihan. Hurrihan and Winnell, I think probably more so important to the way that they played. And it completely disrupted how they played. And they haven't really replaced them. Now, that's another point I've got. So they didn't replace well enough. There wasn't much time because I think they left towards the back end, from what I could see, the back end of the transfer window, January transfer window, that is. They still managed a 14th position finish, which isn't that bad, but you've got to think they've got quite a lot of money for those players in terms of what Barnsley are probably used to. And you wonder where that money went. So I don't know whether that's a Barnsley situation or whatever, whether they kept the money, they did a Ken Bates or something. I don't know, no idea. You know, but you've got to say that it would have been tough to losing like a core of players. It'd be like I don't know, back in the 2000s team. It'd be like losing, I don't know, Olivier Decor. It's like us losing most of our team, I suppose, but losing Olivier Decor, Jonathan Woodgate at his peak, or Radaby at his peak, and I don't know, Robbie Keane. I don't know. It's a bit of a comparison. It's a bit of a stretch, like, but it's like losing those sort of players. Maybe not in terms of the positions, but because they lost Alfie Mawson at the beginning of that season as well. So I think they did well to finish 14th, but you wonder what they could have done with that money that they got in. That's the one concern in that sort of situation for me more than anything. Another thing I put, obviously, that was point number 4 as well. Number 5 was that he hates us. Now, not being harsh, but if you're like older than the age of 12, and you are offended by the fact that it says he hates us when it was based on his childhood, I won't read too much into it. Yeah, he's a Barnsley fan, but come on, all other managers we had Gary Monk, who were you a fan of? You weren't a Leeds fan. just because they're not Leeds fans doesn't mean they're going to be successful for us. I mean, like I said, people wanting Gordon Strachan, and he played for Man United. You know, people say, "Oh, we don't want anyone to do with Man United." Obviously, played for us as well, but you know, there's loads of different reasons why why people don't want managers, and loads of reasons why people want managers. I'll go into the pros for Heckingbottom, and he's allegedly a highly regarded young manager, which kind of ties in with the fact of, you know, he's had a bad record, but yet it's still highly sought after. Forest were after him, and I think I saw something online to do with Sunderland, maybe at the beginning of the season, you know, before they got Grayson in. I think that's what it was I saw. I could be incorrect. Oh, by the way, the Yorkshire Post was the thing I lost that I saw about and losing Bree, Winnell, and Hurahan in the January transfer window last season, which is why obviously they fell away from the playoff places. But anyway, back on point. Another pro is the one promotion via the playoffs, despite starting. I've seen a few positions banded around. I can't exactly I can't pinpoint it basically, but I've heard 10th, 12th, and 14th that they were. I think 14th being flagged up a couple of times, probably more than the others. So that's what I'd want to probably lean towards is 14th and got him into the playoffs. So he'd been in a worse situation, albeit in the league below, and got him into the playoffs and then won the playoffs, which is fantastic. They also won the EFL Trophy, which I believe is the same as the Checker Trade Trophy this year. Obviously, we're not involved in that at all, but I remember when we were in League One, we were in the Johnston's Paint Trophy, and we didn't win it, so, you know, and we had a decent side, if you think about it. We were up there every season that we didn't go up, and then one that we eventually went up, we still didn't win it. So I think we got to the Northern Final, lost to Carlisle, I think they went on and won that, I can't remember exactly, but yeah, the other thing, this is more my opinion, excuse me, listening to the press conference, this is how it came across to me, that he speaks well, and he sounds like he sounds commanding, and you can feel like a sort of presence of firmness, if that makes sense at all. Like, you get the feeling that he's capable of bollocking someone in at half time or if we're not performing. Excuse me, again, don't know what's happening here. Christiansen, I wanted him to do well. When he first came in and we started playing well, and the football we were playing was amazing. But for me, he started going wrong when we lost to Millwall. We got found out for being soft. And I got the feeling that Christiansen was never going to be that man to give a bollocking when it was required. That's my opinion, of course. Feel free to disagree, and again, leave comments below in the comments. Like I say, it was a lot of fun reading them again. But yeah, I just feel like it, and a lot of people, I've seen the comments in Facebook groups and Twitter that the consensus was that Christiansen came across as too nice. Now, for me, Heckingbottom I get the feeling that he's not going to be anywhere near as nice, so they might not have let me get the words out. The players might not have an easy ride. Get there in the end. Under Heckingbottom. So it doesn't mean it's going to be successful. It just means for me, it's better for him to be like that than for him to be too nice and let him get away with murder, basically. Because, let's be honest, I mean, no one knows. But can you really see him having a real massive go at Samuel Saiz for spitting? Probably not. Would most other managers, including Heckingbottom, probably, yeah, they probably would have laid into him and like, probably verbally, not physically, of course. But other things that I've put on, point number 5, I think it was. Yeah, point 5. Barnsley, on the whole, like generally, not everyone, but most of them, seem generally gutted that he's gone, especially because it's us. Right, so before we get into the summarisation, I just want to say a bit about the game that we had, obviously, against Sheffield United that started so well, or not. 70 seconds, I think I clocked when we conceded, and it had to be that man Billy Sharp, didn't it? Poor header from Union O'Kane. It was a bit of a balls up in terms of his header. I think Roof could have done better with the closing down. Defensively, I think he might have let us down a little bit. He ended up with a knee to the face or something like that and lost a tooth. So maybe that's karma for not stopping the cross. I don't know, but probably a bit extreme that. But yeah, it was a bit of a shame that we got off to the worst start. I was very buoyant and expecting like a better performance, and it just seemed to be a bit more same old in the first half. And then we came to life in the second half, got the goal, equaliser, a good header as well, to be fair, from Lasogga. And yeah, we looked to be in the ascendancy a little bit. I thought we were going to push on and maybe get a winner. It would have been nice, of course. And then all of a sudden, they had about a 5-minute spell. It seemed like a 5-minute spell. And yeah, it was just gutting. The guy, Union O'Kane went across. A lot of people have a go at Union O'Kane. But he actually pulls out of the challenge. And it's John Fleck. He dives, he starts going like that. And then as he's going down, make sure he kicks Union O'Kane's leg. Well, so it came across to me. He might not have made contact at all. I know that there's been images been posted on social media and whatever, but I remember watching it. I had it on my phone or having a carvery at the same time. It was nice. But just to be able to watch football and eat a carvery, it's just awesome. But it was only on my phone, but I was looking at it, and I could see that there was daylight between the legs, and then as he was falling over. So he'd already gone to fall over. And then another day, he'd have been booked for diving. If they had VAR, it'd have probably been proved that it wasn't a penalty. But it ended up being proving to be the winning goal. We also had a couple of dodgy decisions in terms of we had there was a potential red card, although it could have. I wasn't sure it would have been a red card, but I think on another day it could have been with that the 50-50 with Alioski. Well, it turns out it might have been more 60-40 in Alioski's favour because he got there first. And then obviously we had a handball in their penalty area. I can't remember who it was who handballed it, but it looks like a clear handball in front of the referee, and they didn't give us it. I'm not going to mention that I'm not 100% about, but I'm almost, I'd say about 90% sure that Andrew Madley, who is from my local town, is a Huddersfield Town fan. And if that is the case, then why is he reffing games where Leeds are involved? Twice we've had him, if I remember rightly. I don't know if we had him for the home game against Sheffield United, but we had him for Sheffield Wednesday as well when that was televised, and we lost that game, surprise, surprise. I might be clutching at straws a little bit there, but like I said, those decisions could have gone either way. All three of those decisions, and they, for me, were key. But on the whole, I was pleased with the response at half-time. I get the feeling that at half-time, he might have laid into him a little bit. Heckingbottom, that is. And yeah, we kind of give it a good go, and we were unlucky. I mean, Janssen had a header, I think, in first half as well, where keeper made an absolute worldie save. But I don't remember many chances that they had other than their goals that they had. Not like meaningful. I think they had a couple of shots that went just over the bar, but from distance. But we were restricting them to distance, like shots from distance, which for me, yes, it's alright letting them have a shot and it could fly into the top corner, but you've got to hold your hands up if that's the case. As long as you're stopping them from getting easy goals, that's the main thing in my opinion. Anyway, that's my thoughts on that. But anyway, to summarise, based on that then, I mean, let us know what you think as well, of course, about the game. Did you think we just rolled over and died, or do you think that it was an improvement on Christiansen's style of play? Do you think it's worse? I think I've seen a comment already that they thought it was worse than what Christiansen's style of football was, because it was more hoofball. I'm not 100% sure I agree with that. I saw signs that we played better, in my opinion, but again, it's all about opinions. Everyone's got a different opinion. If we all agreed, it'd be boring as fuck. Let's just say that. But yeah, to summarise, basically, I suppose the main question, are you happy with Heckingbottom? Which is obviously the title of the video. If so, why? And were we right to get rid of him? And again, why? Also, if that's the case, and you didn't want to keep him, you think we were right to get rid of him, and you weren't happy with Heckingbottom, who would you got in? But a couple of names banded around, likes of Alex Neil. I can see that one being a decent shout, to be fair. But I think he joined Preston at the beginning of the season. I think he took over from Simon Grayson. Whether he would have come so soon, I don't know. Obviously, he got promotion to the Premier League via the playoffs with Norwich, but then he came straight back down. I'm not going to hold that against him. It's tough, obviously, when you go up to stay up, as a lot of teams find hard. And yeah, what it is with me, with Alex Neil, is that he seemed to lose the fans' support. Like on social media, a couple of people I know are Norwich fans, like retweeting all the negative stuff about him, and it just makes me think that maybe there was something like more to how bad he was. I don't know, but let us know what you think, and whoever else you might think might be, a reasonable candidate. Not a, like you're not going to expect Conte, if he gets sacked from Chelsea, to come to Leeds. It's not going to happen. Another one, I asked, I think it was a joker response. I said, bring back the Hawk and his wingman. I forgot his name now. Junior Green, was it? I can't remember, Junior something or other. But yeah, I think that might have been a bit tongue in cheek. But anyway, just let us know what you think in the comments below with everything that I've said. I don't mind any disagreements. Just please be civil, of course. Obviously, if I've made any errors in what I've said today, I apologise. It's basically a bit of, like I said, I've written a few notes down. It's what I found on here. I recognise I made the mistake on the last episode about the run of games. But yeah, it wasn't intentional, and I'm not lying because there's not lying about it. It's no benefit for me lying. It's just a case of just a genuine error. But anyway, hopefully you'll join us for the next one. If we do another one, of course. The reason I'm doing this one is because the last one seemed to get a lot of views. A lot of people commented and seemed to enjoy the video. So for that, thank you very much. And hopefully we can get another discussion going in the comment section of this video. So yeah, I look forward to reading them. But until next time, if you are, for whatever reason, you might not be, you probably won't be to be fair, but if you are a fan of Football Manager, I do have a series on there at the minute with Tranmere. I did do a beta save when the game first came out with Leeds, but I did Leeds on last year's game as well, so that's why I haven't done it again, mainly. But yeah, it'd be nice if you could check that out as well. Greatly appreciated. Obviously, it's not going to be for everyone, especially if you use this. So yeah, hopefully you'll join us for the next one. Hopefully you've enjoyed it, and again, let us know what you think in the comments below. But until next time, I'll see you then. Bye-bye.